When told that grace is our original face, and the beloved our true body, the ripe buffoon breaks through and dances with those who reject their foolishness. He is trying to help, but only the wandering minstrel and the dervishing chimney sweep can be trusted. Only mercy. Only the God-drunken who are ruined for life and can't help but love. Only Dionysius and the lotus. In the dark room, he called out uncertainly, "Bark twice if you are God." He betrayed me, that two-faced traitor. He tossed my prayers aside. He lied to me. He told me I would be protected. Just call out my name. But suffering migrates through my days. Still, the toxins, unresolved by birth, enclose me like a shroud. I am abandoned nearby. He whispered behind my back and made me distrust God, Guru, and self. He pissed me off so much, I tore down all his pictures and took his name out of my poems. I stuck his likeness in a drawer to save the frames for something better. I threw away all his photos and was glad of it. But there was one that pulled at my heart, and I could not put it aside. It made me want to cry for joy that he is in my life. It's called a devotional dilemma. It's the way it goes. It's interesting. That poem was also to Ram Dass, of course. That poem was inspired by Jai Gopal, who is a great, great devotional singer. But sometimes he just felt that Maharaji was kicking him in the ass inappropriately in his early days. We were teaching together one time. A whole bunch of us were teaching together, and he was singing. And afterwards, somebody came up to him and said, "Oh, you're just wonderful. You just touched my, I can't believe it." And he walked away and he said, "My heart is like a stone." But he could still sing it. It could still come through him. His heart ain't like a stone anymore. But all of our hearts are like a stone sometimes. Mm-hmm. Merton said, "True love and prayer are learned in the time when prayer has become impossible and the heart is turned to stone." We must turn to stone to turn to air. Ohm Tara, Tu Tara, Ture Swaha. Anklets dance the women's feet, fill and empty the perfect vacuum from one side of the universe to the other, birthing and deathing the fruitful emptiness. The song, no longer dormant, like whales sounding between cells, leaps the synaptic void through the ring of fire in each breath into the tonal ocean. Toward the end of birth and death, each imagines what lies ahead. Listening, one may hear creation tilling the ground, the shiny edge turning the dark soil, life a swirl in the cosmos. Dropping through an ocean of neurons, mind moments swim lotus-stemmed channels, imagining who we might be, an ocean imagining itself a starfish, dancing forever, how long it is impossible to say, the feet still red from birth. The idiot of sanity sounds like, the idiot of sanity rambles down the street and sits on my doorstep. Who invited, he wonders, the natural catastrophe of small, unethical acts repeated for generations? He is bored and sad at having this role. Last life he was Cleopatra or Brutus, he never can remember which, and both seem present. He betrays himself daily. Once he had a bottle of bright blue pills that changed the color of his eyes and straightened his limbs. But he got weary of being so small and left sanity to those who knew best what to do with it. When the hidden beauty was revealed to him, he knew if he spoke of it, trouble would come like an eel out of its den and tear his new shoes and stop him from dreaming more than blue. He knew the sky within the sky, the breath within the breath, the shining cloud had confided. He felt better not having to pretend he was sane and became indistinguishable from love, even at the long table of the mind, where recently he was rewarded an unending openness of heart. He seldom quite knows where he is, but he's never lost.